Yeah, good morning to everyone. In the last session, we have studied about the operators and the basic programs of the Java. So let's go to the next topic. So this topic is on control statements in Java. So let's light have any information on control statements in Java. So it is a statement which is used to control the execution flow of a program. So because it is a statement that used to control the execution of a flow of a program. So there are two types of flow control statements. So one is branching statements, is nothing but we call it as a decision making statement, and one is looping statement. So having a flow chart on this. So yeah, by seeing this flow chart, you can know there's the control statements. So control statement. So the control statement has been divided into three types. So one is a selection or decision making statement, and one is a iteration statement. So one is a jumping statement. So the selection statement or a decision making statement has been divided into two major parts. One is an if else statement, so one is in a switch statements. So when you go to the iteration statement, it has been divided into three types. So that is for loop, so we call it as a for loop. So there's a while loop and do while loop. So when you go to the jump statement, the jump statement has been again divided into three types. So that is in a break, continue, and return. So the branching statement, the branching statement or a decision making statement. These statements are used to execute a group of a statement based on the Boolean condition. So this selection statement or decision making. So these statements are used to execute the group of statements based on the Boolean condition. So there's a type of decision making statements that we have discussed about the if statement and if else statement, if else statement. So that is an switch case statement. So this is about the flow of a program. So let's we study about the deep discussion on the every the selection or decision making statement, and iteration statement and jump statement. There's the three types we will study in a depth way. So when you go to the selection statements or decision making statement, so these about the flowchart of an if else. So if else statement selection, that is a selection statement, selection of a flow statement. So have a slight information on this. So when you write the source program, it checks the condition. So whether the condition is true or false. So the if condition checks whether the program is true, it directly executes the conditional code. If the if condition is false, it directly comes from out of the loop. So let's understand this each session in a detail. So next we are going to the if statement. So here I have clearly mentioned that an if statement consists of an expression which is checked and written a Boolean value. If true will be executed the statement in the if block. So it is a statement is in a statement of consisting expression. So which is checked and written the Boolean value. If the condition is true, it will execute the statement as a true. So in an if block. So after that, the statement execute the group of statement within its body only if the Boolean condition results it's true. So there's a syntax. So if we are writing the if as a control statement, and here we are writing the condition. So it is a there is a block. So there here we are writing the statement. So we are closing the bracket. So when you go to the example, so see here I have used the primitive data type as an int, and I have assigned the value variable as a, and I have used the assignment operator, and is equals to 10. So this is about the small program of the if else if statement, not an else. There's an if statement. So or else you can write in a different way. So we can create the class name. So we can create the class name as a if statement. So after we go to the main function. So that is in public static void main strings arrays. After that, let's take an output statement that is in a system.out.println, and in a double quotation you write the program start, and take the primitive data type as a int, and v1 is equals to v1 is a variable name. So I'm again we are using the assignment operator is equals to, and I'm giving the value as a 50. So after that, so here we are writing, now we are going to the if v1 is greater than 10. So again we are giving this open block, and again I am giving the output statement as in system.out.println. So in a double quotation I am writing v1 is greater than 10. Again I have closed the sentence within double quotation, and after I have closed the statement using this. So and again I have given the output statement system.out.println in the program. So this is about the if statement. So after that we have studied the if statement. So let's we go to the if else statement. Yeah, this is about the if else statement. So once the statement, so let's just have a slight information on if else statement. So once the statement is written in a if block, will be execute only if the boolean condition is true, and if the boolean condition is false, the statement of an else block will be executed. So this is about the if else statement. An if statement can be followed by an optional else statement which executes when the if condition is false. So it is nothing but we have studied the if condition performs. If condition performed only the boolean condition of an true. But here we are giving the two conditions. One is if if the condition is true, gives the true statement. Else, if not, we are asking again, gives a false statement. So there is a condition, there is a syntax of an if else statement. So if and we are giving the condition. So block this if else block. If block this, and we are giving the statements, and there's else block, and we have to close the program. So there's a small program you can observe here. So if and I have used the else here itself. So b minus a I have used Terra this I have given the as variable name, and I have closed. So this is about the small example on an if else if else condition. So after this, if you go to the another statement, so that is a nested. So nested if else statement, and if stated consists of an expression which is checked and the return the boolean value. If the true will be executed, the statement in an if block. So there is a syntax. Let's observe the syntax. So here there is a if block, and here I have given the statements and else part. And if not, these two conditions are not satisfied, and it directly goes to the if condition two. So there is a small example. See, you can I have given the if and else. Again, I have given the if else. There is a small example about the if else if statement. So after that we'll go to the switch case statement. So a switch case statement allows a variable to be tested for an equality against a list of an values. This this statement allows the variable for the testing of the equality against a list of the variables. So when you go to the syntax, there's a switch switch case and expression, and case one value one, and code to be executed. And I have written comments like an code to be executed, and break break I have used, and I have closed the with a semicolon, and case value two, that code to be executed, break optional, and default I have given the last default, and code to be executed if all the cases are not matched. But it's not mandatory to write the default. So you can write directly case value 3. So it can be also executed when you go to the program. So I have used a switch and ch. I say it is nothing but in a char I have used here. So after that, these are the cases. One is system.out.println as a case 20 executed. So system.out.println case 30 execute, 40 execute, and I have given the break, and default system.20 30 40 not executed. So case 40 is will be executed. So this is about the switch case statement. Now, when you go to the illustration statement of a flow of a program, about the illustration flow of a program, if you go that, so you can observe here the source program. You can think about the source program. It goes to the directly to the condition code. If it comes to the condition and it checks whether the condition is true, it goes to the condition code, and it checks the condition of a code is true or not. And again, it goes to the it checks the if statement is correct or not. It being begins, it gives the execution of a true or if condition is false, it directly come out from the loop, and if condition will be the false. So let's understand each iteration statement in a detail.